Oh, welcome in. So glad to have you with us in Cary, North Carolina at WakeMed Park for the soccer tournament, or TST. 16 women's teams, $1 million on the line. 6 games over 4 days to crown a champion. And this game will feature Solo FC, led by the 2-time Olympic gold medalist Hope Solo, taking on the Speedy Turtles, a club based out of Atlanta who bills themselves as the fastest team in the South. Elise Woodward along with Sari Rose, senior manager of U.S. Soccer, and there is a real buzz inside this stadium to see Hope Solo back on the pitch after a 10-year retirement, Sari.
Well, what an amazing return at this event. And not only that, she has brought together such an exceptional team of veteran players and players from around the world.
And here we go, the Speedy Turtles in the navy blues with the green trim, and Hope Solo's Solo FC squad that she put together as the general manager in the burgundy. So the TST rules, 2 20-minute halves, and then we go to target score time. And at the end of the 2 halves, the leading score plus 1 goal will be the winner. There are no offside in this game, so you will see a much different style, Sari. What jumps out to you about the most important things for these teams with the new rules that are much different than 11v11?
Well, one of the things is the transitions can be so quick from offense to defense. You have to get back and recover, or else you're going to get punished. The other thing is players getting used to those runs in behind the defender. So many players don't want to be offsides that it's relearning where you can move on the pitch.
Things move very quickly. There are free substitutions. This is Lizzie Boma. And the shot deflected out.
And both of these teams have come up in that 1-2-3-1, using the goalkeeper almost as like a center back stepping into that space, so you don't need a center defender.
The keeper for the Speedy Turtles, Justine Thompson, took care of the first shot on target. Both these teams will have a feeling out process. For Speedy Turtles, they've played together. But for Solo FC, they came together their first training just 2 days ago. So the keepers are not allowed to punt. Only throw-ins allowed. But there are no throw-ins in TST. Everything is initiated by a kick. Good kick save there from Thompson, the keeper out of TCU.
And I'm loving the movement right now by Solo FC. Maggie Cagle, number 10, shifting into the midfield and then up top, and then Veronica Perez as well, number 17. She's on the top of your screen right now. She's a veteran of 7-a-side soccer and just extremely dynamic. We're seeing her all over the pitch.
That was Maggie Cagle out of Virginia playing it back. And now into the center. Here's Cagle trying to fight for it. And a whistle as Meg Morris, the defender, played at North Carolina from 2010 to 2013. He is able to win the possession for the Speedy Turtles in the Navy kits.
And we already saw Solo FC making a quick substitution on that stopped play there. Rotations are key. It's a little bit cooler than it was last year at this time, but once again, rotating players is instrumental to success.
Cagle gets in there to disrupt, and Solo FC ball at their foot. This is Kayla Dunn out of USC. So the feeling out process early here in the first half. And you mentioned it already, a lot of subs onto the pitch for Solo FC. And this is a roster with players from all over the world: Jamaica, Morocco, Serbia, Panama, Brazil, and of course the United States.
And Cagle and Perez are both off of the pitch now, and they've brought in the young number 4, Katie Shea Collins, who was a stud freshman at USC, and she's up on the top of your screen with the knee wrap.
And the USC from down here in the South. I know there's a big argument. Who's the real SC? University of Southern California or University of South Carolina? She is from the one down south.
I was talking with Saskia Weber, who is the Angel Sevens head coach, and she was talking about USC, and we had to have that clarification yesterday in our discussion.
We got the Gamecocks versus the Trojans. It's a big battle for who's the real SC.
Talk about a battle. I like that battle between number 32 on the Speedy Turtles, Meg Morris, and number 20, Shayna Matthews.
So Hope Solo in between the pipes for Solo FC. She goes by Hope Stevens on the roster. Of course, her husband, Jeremy Stevens, longtime NFL veteran. Both of them out of the University of Washington, and a heavy University of Washington presence. That's broken up by Haley Bauman out of the University of Wisconsin, and now Solo FC looking to advance. I hope Solo talking about just trying to get into shape as the ball's at her foot right now in the all-blue kit.
And I like how they're subbing the two defenders. Actually, one shifts over to support as the other one subs off. So really using the field and managing those subs well.
Zoe Miles. No offside, so using the goal line. This is the Speedy Katie Collins, who we were talking about, number 4 in the burgundy kit for Solo FC. And this is women's group stage round 1, and this is Group C.
And that was number 8, Zoe Miles, the young buck on this Solo FC squad. She's a 2026 high school grad, fantastic player out of the Solar Club in Texas. She got that first shot off right at the keeper, so it was an easy save. But
what a great experience for Zoe Miles, one of the youngest in this tournament, the youngest for Solo FC to be out there on the pitch with Hope Solo and a bunch of veterans. An incredible opportunity. I know, speaking with the coaching staff, Malia Arendt, who's from the University of Washington, Leslie Gallimore, Amy Griffin, longtime coaches at UW, now Leslie Gallimore with Seattle Reign, but talked about all the work that Hope Solo had done behind the scenes to put this group together, the emails, the calls, the recruiting, and they said that she's been really humble with us. She does not want us to talk about her. She wants to give some of these younger players great looks and an opportunity to be seen. This is Marina Nesic, number 77, the Serbian, onto the pitch for Solo FC. There is Nesic breaking that up. And remember, no throw-ins. Everything is initiated by a kick when the ball is out of bounds. Crossed over, a little bit of space here for Nesic. And a corner kick.
Great defensive player there by Rachel Jones.
Olivia Taylor holds it up, waits for reinforcement. Now we'll play it back.
And the Speedy Turtles just not quick enough in transition. Remember, Rachel Jones was playing in the center, had to come all the way back to head that ball out of bounds. And Taylor just didn't have anybody on the end of it to help her.
This field, much smaller than a regulation size field, 65 yards in length. So essentially you are taking away the thirds. You are immediately in scoring position. Trying to play the through ball there, and too much pace, so Hope Solo will get ready for the goal kick.
And just a lovely look there by Rachel Jones.
Rachel Jones, number 10 in Navy for the Speedy Turtles. And if you're just joining us, Speedy Turtles, a club based out of Atlanta. It's a big pickup soccer hotbed, and a lot of these players are extremely passionate about the game and excited to get going here with $1 million on the line in this tournament. This is the group stage, the first game for both of these teams here in the TST soccer tournament.
And the Speedy Turtles, our coach Renata is a Brazilian, so she loves that tiki-taki, small touches soccer. She's constantly in the ear of her players, trying to get them to understand rotations and movements. A ton of coaching on the side by her.
So a quarter way through until target time, 10 minutes in the books. Both teams substituting freely, getting everybody a chance to get rid of some of that adrenaline and the nervousness of being out here and getting back on the pitch or playing with new teammates. There is no slide tackling here at TST.
And this is what Speedy Turtles want. They want their players to take the ball on 1v1. Wilshire there with the foul for Solo FC. But Speedy Turtles want to see more of that movement 1v1. Can players take on a defender and then create defensive movements that open up players?
So TST presented by RBC Wealth Management, which is a big reason why this tournament has expanded last year in the inaugural season, as that one is blocked away. Nice job by Solo FC and Maggie Cagle, who's got the ball at her foot right now. The field expanding from 8 teams last year to 16 teams this year.
And you've got to remember, these teams are still trying to feel out what are the best combinations of players and rotation. So we're seeing Veronica Perez Murillo playing with Cagle.
Welcome in, everybody. Elise Woodward with Sari Rose. We are here in Cary, North Carolina for the TST women's portion of the tournament. Solo FC, led by arguably the best goalkeeper in women's history in the United States, two-time gold medalist, World Cup champ. And we are just underway here in group stage, round 1, Group C. And our soccer.com players to watch, well, that's a good one. Hope Solo, one of the best that has ever played the game, back after a 10-year retirement, Sari.
Just an unbelievable player. I mean, 202 caps with the U.S. national team, the most capped goalkeeper. And she's in there with greats like Brianna Scurry and Alyssa Nair, but unbelievable career for the U.S. women's national team.
This is the youngster Zoe Miles who centers it, gets it right at Justine Thompson, the keeper for the Speedy Turtles. Hope Solo is the general manager for Solo FC. On the roster card as Hope Stevens, and has put together this group from all corners of the globe. She has worked really hard to put together this roster with $1 million on the line.
And that call right there was because the Speedy Turtles had entered the box before the ball had been on the other in the attacking half. So one of those little neat rules is you can't really cherry pick too much. When your team has the ball in their defensive half, they can't just launch it in if you're in the box screening a keeper.
Yeah, it's a great note. There are no offside penalties, but You cannot obstruct the keeper, so good clarification there. It's a really fun style of soccer, 7v7, 65-yard field, shorter width as well. 7v7. Nice job of breaking up the potential shot from Haley Bowman from Wisconsin.
And this game format really favors those technical players that are extremely fit, because the transitions are so important, and you really have to move with the ball 1v1 or combine in tight spaces to open up, because the goal is smaller than an 11v11 goal.
Now over the left side, Zoe Miles with the pink headband on, number 8 in the burgundy kit. If you are just joining us, the Speedy Turtles out of Atlanta in the Navy uniforms. Hope Solo Squad, Solo FC in the burgundy. Both pretty dark in terms of the color of the uniforms, which it's one of those things that you really have to train your eyes as a player, because there is not a contrast between these two uniforms. And that shot over the frame. So it'll be a goal kick for Justine Thompson.
And as we saw a lot last year, it's really tough to score from distance because of the smaller goals in the pitch. Most of your goals are going to be caused by, second balls in or build up in and around the goal.
Gina Matthews hustles off, part of the Jamaican national team.
4 minutes left in this opening half.
So now 4 minutes left here in the first half. Pretty good spot here for Katja Gorkman from Florida State. Sitting over the ball. Born in Moscow, but moved with her family to Atlanta just before she turned 2 years old. And just a little bit too much pace.
And I like what Hope Stevens, not Solo, was doing there, where she was telling her defense to kind of get out of her way, right? Like, she'll handle those runners in the box there. She doesn't want to crowd the space in front of her, which can happen given the fact there's no offside.
Trying to one-time that. Getting underneath that one, so goal kick for Solo FC.
Solo FC's really dominated possession in these first 17 minutes, but they haven't been extremely dangerous in what is that small final third of the pitch. And defensively, Meg Morris and the Speedy Turtles have been extremely organized.
So onto the pitch now out of Morocco, futsal player, Sine Bendiganye. She is number 3 with the ball at her foot right there as she gives way to Lizzie Boma. Toss it down to the third member of our broadcasting crew, Alexis Nunez, who's down on the sideline.
Yeah, thanks so much. And we've actually got a goal. Don't be apologizing, Claudia. How is that? Finally getting a goal.
It's amazing how we're playing as a team despite coming together in a short time. It's amazing.
Yes. You saw the goal coming?
I mean, we're playing good, and the aim is to score and win, and we started that.
And I have to say, Kanye is my fellow reggae girl, from Jamaica. And just 2 nights ago, she was out playing against the U.S. women's national team, but managed to come here. Hope said she was watching that game, hoping you wouldn't get injured before you came here. But why did you want to be a part of TST this year?
It's when I first got called, I was like, what is this? I wasn't aware of it, and learning more about it, and people just come together to just accomplish great things. I wanted to be a part of it, and I'm just happy that I get to be on this team.
And you guys here to win, right?
We're here to win.
Here to win. You heard it there. She likes winners, exactly. Connie, we're going to let you enjoy the game. Back to you guys.
I love it. I could listen to your Jamaican accents between the two of you all day long. Alexis Nunez and Kanya Plummer, who is on the Jamaican national team and played against the United States just a couple of nights ago. But hustled down here to be part of Solo FC, and the goal in the back of the net, Marissa Vasquez. So the first goal coming, great timing. We'll send it down to Alexis Nunez and get another goal on the board if, maybe Speedy Turtles want an interview on their side to get that goal right when we send it to her. And another one, beautifully done, set up there by Maggie Cagle out of the University of Virginia. Might have heard of her mom, Kelly Cagle, who was the head coach of Virginia Tech, but what a great setup here.
And just so technical on the ball, little cut, and then plays that with her left. Probably a goal that Justine Thomas upset to give up, that little near post. You can just see her ability on the ball, and she slips that near post, which if you're a goalkeeper, you do not want to give up that goal to the near post, but great work there by Maggie Cagle. Was talking to her mom before she came out, asked if she was going to come. Kelly played at Duke, was a tremendous athlete, Hall of Fame player there, actually coached at Wake Forest before going to Virginia Tech, so I thought that she was going to come in, but she said, you know what, I'm going to let Maggie have this moment. This is her time, and boy, is she shining for Solo FC. The young Bucks, Cagle, getting the goal.
Well, 2 late goals. Things starting to loosen up for Hope Solo Stevens and her Solo FC squad. We are underway here in the soccer tournament.
The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner of TST.
Well, the first half is in the books, and explosive in 2 goals, one in the 18th minute and one in the 20th.
Just an unbelievable run in there by number 16, Marissa Vasquez, to get that goal. And then it's going to be Maggie Cagle with the movement in the box, right? Tight little touches, plays it across with her left, and catches Justine Thompson near post with the second goal of the match.
So a 2-goal lead at the end of the first half for Solo FC. And 0 shots on goal for the Speedy Turtles, which is going to make it tough for them, want to get more offensive. And we might have a change in between the pipes for Solo FC. Hope Solo was out warming up a goalkeeper, Yeneth Bailey, a keeper for Panama who has really turned some heads, so we will see. But our wealth management, it is RBC Wealth Management bringing you your stats here at halftime. And we expect a lot of more great action here with the 2-goal lead for Solo FC here at halftime in Cary, North Carolina. We will be right back for second half action.
Today's broadcast is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of TST.
We are so glad to have you with us here in Cary, North Carolina. Wake Med Park, the site of TST, this soccer festival. 48 men's teams, $1 million on the line. 16 women's teams, $1 million on the line, and the target score time. So we are just starting the second half here between the Speedy Turtles and Solo FC. But when we get to target score, it is the leading team score at the end of the second half, plus 1 goal. And the first to score that goal will win the game. If it lasts more than 3 minutes, a player will be removed until it is down to 2v2. But an exciting win. Essentially, every game ends with a golden goal. And new this year, which has been really fun on the men's side yesterday, a golden fleece awarded to the player that scores the winning goal, and they are forever allowed into TST for free, essentially like the green jacket at the Masters. You're always welcome back if you score a golden goal here in target score time.
Well, what a wonderful addition that Adidas brought to this event. There's Cagle with a little flick, couldn't capitalize on it, but you're going to see some cheekiness from Maggie Cagle.
So a couple of keeper changes. It is Kylie Hall, the 5'10 keeper out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi, finished her collegiate career in 2021 in for the Speedy Turtles. And Hope Solo Stevens has given way to Yeneth Bailey, keeper for the Panama national team that has turned heads. There's a good shot of Yeneth.
And Yeneth is someone who comes onto this team really being mentored by Hope. Hope saw her play and was just so impressed with her. You know, she's from an Potash background, but
just wide of the frame.
She's really been tremendous for Panama and helped them qualify for the World Cup that first time. And you see that good movement by the Speedy Turtles, but couldn't get it on frame.
Yeah, welcome in to Yeneth Bailey, who the first shot of the game for the Speedy Turtles is just wide of the frame. It was Olivia Taylor setting up Sarah Martin. And the turnover will have it as a free kick for the Speedy Turtles. So again, this is 7v7. And a shorter field and a smaller goal frame. So as you've mentioned, Sari, shots from distance, pretty difficult with the smaller frame.
Exactly.
It really takes connections to get highest percentage opportunities.
Yep, you want to move the ball as much as you can. So switching the field, getting a runner off of the weak side is important. And also, as we mentioned, taking players on 1v1 so defenses have to collapse and other players on your team open up. And we're seeing a ton of movement from this Solo FC team, shifting players from midfield to attack.
The Solo FC squad just came together as an entire team for the first time, meeting each other 2 days ago. They were able to get 2 days of training. It was Hope Solo, Hope Stevens on the roster, putting this team together, really doing all of the legwork in terms of recruiting and emails. And said her focus was to give opportunities to players that may not have the limelight shown on them. And they deserve an opportunity, and so a lot of players have a chance to play with Hope Solo. That was enough. They answered the phone when Hope Solo calls.
Well, and what a legendary coaching staff that she's assembled as well, with Leslie Gallimore and Amy Griffin and, of course, Tina Ellerton and her old roommate, Malia Aaron. Just such unbelievable people in the soccer world. I mean, legends Leslie and Amy are.
Caroline Chipman, who gets it to the far post. A one-timer, oh, beautiful save. That was tipped over the top of the frame. That was really a pretty save by Yeneth Bailey.
And that was a little reminiscent of some saves she had versus Costa Rica in qualifying. A fantastic high hand tip over the bar as that was dropping in a little bit.
And now the skimmer off the grass is deflected away. But yeah, Yeneth Bailey, Hope Solo wants to pass the baton on and is mentoring Bailey, which, you know, what a fun thing for her to come here from Panama and get a chance to play in this awesome environment. It is a festival type environment. You see all the fans lining the field. And the rain is starting to come down out of the skies down here in North Carolina. Rain scheduled on and off throughout the day, hoping for no lightning. We play on in the rain, especially for the team from the state of Washington. So much representation from Hope Solo, Leslie Gallimore, and Amy Griffin. They're used to this type of conditions.
Weather.
And it is much cooler than it was last year at this time. Low 70s, very pleasant. So the players, I'm sure, are actually welcoming the light rain as they play here, and for many of them the shower might cool them down. I don't know how many of them are at their top fitness, trying to get back into top fitness. And here's the youngster Zoe Miles, Gets her shot rejected.
Well, and that's where the combination of young and old players is really important, because you have the young bucks who have the fitness, have the speed, and then you have the veteran players who are able to manage, stay composed, read the game well. And so that's a balancing act of coaches to have those players on the field.
One touch, runner there. And just could not time that up.
Shayna Matthews, just a little bit of a miss hit there.
Here's Lizzie Beaumont trying to give it a go. Her shot blocked. Kyler Zuloff out of the University of South Carolina.
And Coach Arendt talking to her defense, getting them to understand the shifting. When the ball comes to one side, that second defender has to kind of shift into the middle and make sure that they're not susceptible to that transition and counterattack.
Pretty idea, trying to hit Katie Collins just a bit too much. 2 goals scored at the very latter stage of the first half for Solo FC is the difference in this one so far. It was Marissa Vasquez getting the tallies started, and then just a short time, 2 minutes later, right before the end of the first half, Maggie Cagle was able to find the back of the net after a pretty 1v1 move and finish. That is where we stand here in the second half.
We're seeing the Speedy Turtles trying to press more and put that back line of Solo FC under pressure.
The one-timer on the ground from Zuloff, but handled by Kylie Hall. Fun for this Speedy Turtles team, a club based out of Atlanta. They have some current UPSL players, some former and current D1 players, and they entered this tournament with the dream of winning a $1 million prize, but also their goal, the empowerment of women. They come from a lot of unique backgrounds to be out here today, competing in the TST, the 16-team field on the women's side.
This is Collins now in transition. She's got a runner here too. They play together at South Carolina.
The one-timer from Nessick is partially blocked, remains at her foot. She tries again. And that one will be a kick from the sideline. Well, you can visit soccer.com, the official store of the soccer tournament. Some great merchandise for this tournament. And there is just a real buzz here at Wake Med Park in Cary, North Carolina. You go around town, there's a bunch of signage and the excitement level for some true stars here on the women's side of things, with Hope Solo involved in this game, but also Heather O'Reilly, Carly Lloyd, Allie Krieger. The U.S. women will be coming up later, 6:30, with their matchup against Austin Rise FC, and we will also have that for you.
What I love about Cary is it's really a soccer tournament town. It hosts men's and women's ACC tournament. It's had the Final Four here for years. You've got the Courage. They've had the ICC International Championships event here. Such an incredible facility. The main pitch is absolutely divine, but then they have all of these secondary and tertiary fields that if the rain comes, they can move these games around, and so they won't lose a beat, and everybody will get the games in on quality pitches.
So the U.S. women coming up on ESPNU tonight, 6:30 Eastern against Austin Rise, and some of those stars that we mentioned will be out on the pitch. The U.S. women won the tournament a year ago to take home the $1 million prize. They beat NC Courage As you mentioned, the hometown team from right here in Cary. This is their home field. And the U.S. women, well, it kind of feels like home for the many members of the North Carolina program from Chapel Hill, just down the road. And time to go down to the sideline with Alexis Nunez.
Yeah, thanks so much. I've got the woman of the moment, the one who this team is named after, Hope. And I think, Yenith, I want to talk to you about her because she has the job that I don't think many of us would want, and that is to go in between the sticks after you. But tell us about her, because an already brilliant save from the young keeper.
Yenith is, she has a heart of gold. She is the one who really has convinced me to get back into the game. She said the world missed me. She inspired me. She brought me to tears. Made me realize what I've done for goalkeeping around the world. Made me realize what I've done for the game, you know, and made me realize that I was wanted back in the community, in the soccer world. And it doesn't matter, you know, what people believe about me here in the States, because it's really how I've impacted the rest of the world. So she has been an inspiration to me as much as I've been an inspiration to her. She's not going to be nervous. She's one of the best CONCACAF goalkeepers around, if not the best CONCACAF goalkeeper. And you guys have all seen it yourself. The way she plays against the United States, she has it in her. She's tough. She's solid. She's got that heart of gold. She has the integrity we want, and that is why she represents Solo FC.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Solo FC shirts that we already see so far in the crowd as well. The fans have definitely turned out, but your girls already in front, exciting everyone. What do you make of the game so far?
This is what I expect. Lots of passes. I was hoping the nerves wouldn't be there. We would connect our passes. We would get things done. We would come out. We would score goals. We have the ability to do that. And I hope, you know, we're going to learn from this game and keep building upon it. But you see this team, you know, they work hard. I believe in this coaching staff. I think to get everybody on the same page in a short amount of time is next to impossible. But the leadership of this coaching staff really coming together has allowed everybody to buy in. So you're going to see this team just acting like we've known each other forever. It's amazing that we have a support system. There's love. There's intensity. It's everything that I had wished to build. And then in the end, I just hope we get that win.
Hope you get that win. Well, so far, so good indeed. You definitely have one of the more diverse teams that we've seen, from Jamaicans to Americans to Panamanians as well. How is it getting all the different styles on the same page?
We also have a Moroccan and a Serbian as well. So we're from all over the globe, all corners of our country. And I keep saying it's a universal game. Let's see it on the field. That is our language. Football is our language.
Yeah, well, we're going to let you go back and enjoy the game. Hope Solo, from the keeper, general manager, legend, inspiration. She does it all.
Right now I am. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Back to you guys.
Great job, Alexis, and great to see Hope Solo back out doing what she does best, in between the pipes. Had that first half shutout, and then talking glowingly of Yenith Bailey out of Panama, the keeper that, as Alexis mentioned, hard to come back in and onto the pitch for the first time and follow up Hope Solo, but she's done a fantastic job.
Well, I think the intentionality of bringing in some of the young stars of the college game, but also players from around the world, and the fact that she said that there were probably another 15 players internationally that they just kind of struggled to get the visa or their professional contract, and so really was extremely intentional about this being a shining opportunity for players of all nations.
And I love the thought that Hope said that it was Yenith that convinced her that the world missed her and wanted to see her back out here, and had much more to give to the game of soccer. She has been living down here in North Carolina, grew up in Richland, Washington, on the eastern part of the state of Washington, and played at UW, and then of course so many years as this one is over the top of the frame. An opportunity for the Speedy Turtles there.
And I've got to admit, I'm a little interested to see if Hope comes in that target score time. Remember, she scored 109 goals in her high school career as a forward. Kind of like Tim Howard. They had their international career and their club career as goalkeepers, and then their high school was the time for them to enjoy the game and play on the pitch.
Well, I'm fully convinced that Hope Solo could have been an incredible scorer if that's what she was chosen to play. But I think she made the good choice, being arguably the best goalkeeper of all time. So 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Beautiful shot, but saved by Hall. Had to go down to the grass to take away that opportunity.
And Hall's really trying to help to breathe some life into the Speedy Turtles squad. A little bit of a heavy pass there, but she's comfortable with the ball on the feet. We've seen her involved more.
Wide right. A little frustration there.
And the Turtles have had a little more of the ball this half. A lot more opportunities in this second half than they did in the first.
That was Katja Gokman with the shot.
Turtles now with 3 shots to 8 for Solo FC. All 3 of those shots coming in the second half. And just under 4 minutes left to play here before target score time.
I love it. What it essentially means is that you can't just sit back. You go up 2 goals and then in 11v11 you pack it in. So many squads do, and this way you have to continue to push to score. And that's what makes this so much fun here for TST. You target score time.
And the Turtles are starting to press, but they're a little stretched. They're going to press. The whole squad has really got to get forward and compact that field. Though there is offside, so you always have to be aware of who's floating behind you.
But the Speedy Turtles, 2 goals down. And a foul on the far side. So the free kick coming up. And it looks like Jaden Edwards. He's the one that got tripped up. Here we go. Keeper off the line, and well done. Kylie Hall there quickly.
A great read by the keeper. Remember, Kylie Hall just signed a contract to play with Chattanooga FC in the WPSL. So she's been training all year round. She's not one of those that are just coming back into the game. She is still looking to hit her stride in her career.
Oh, taken away. Lots of space here for Collins, and she slots it. Katie Collins, the recipient of the turnover, and makes the Speedy Turtles pay.
I was talking to the University of Tennessee assistant coach, John Morgan, and he said she can punish you in a variety of ways. And look how she gets her head up, and then she's going to bend that ball just around Kylie Hall, and the composure to get the ball, look up, pick out a spot, and finish it. And now Solo FC up 3-0 on the Speedy Turtles.
Yeah, she is just 19 years old. She will be a sophomore at South Carolina, so one of the teenagers in this tournament. But she was a star at South Carolina as a freshman. 13 goals scored. That was second most for the Gamecocks. So making a difference in the SEC. It was all SEC second team and all SEC freshmen with those 13 goals.
And 4 of them were game winners, so she scores when she needs to.
So 3 different goal scorers for Solo FC. It started with Marissa Vasquez, then Maggie Cagle, and then Katie Collins putting the 3rd tally on the score sheet. And all 3 goals have come late in the half. 2 in the first half, coming in the final 2 minutes. And now this one coming late in the second half. And we will go to target score time. And if it holds here 3-0, the target score will be 4. So whichever team gets to 4 goals first will be the winner.
We saw earlier in the men's side that a team did come back to get 3 goals in target score time, but couldn't finish, ended up losing 4-3. So craziness can happen, especially as that time wanes. If you don't score early and 3 minutes pass and you lose a player, all of a sudden as you get numbers down, it can get squirrely and exciting.
Well, target score time is coming up. The first team to get to 4 goals will be the winner. So exciting stuff still ahead, and it'll be interesting. We'll hope Solo will be back in the goal, or will she be out on the field? We'll find out coming up.
The soccer tournament is presented by Adidas, the official fanwear and performance footwear partner of TST.
A little bit of rain, but I think it's been fun. Lower 70s to here, a little humidity as Solo FC with a 3-0 lead as we head to target score time over the Speedy Turtles out of Atlanta. All kinds of great action from down here at Wake Med Park in Cary, North Carolina. And we will bring you most of the action as we have a full lineup of games on the ESPN networks. All kinds of good stuff. What jumps out to you about that, Sari?
Well, I love that we're going to see the women play tonight versus Austin Rise. Austin Rise doing what Streetball FC had done last year, and they came in for a mini camp, so it's a little bit of a repeat for U.S. to play against such a prepared team. Nani FC is 2-0 right now going into their match tonight, so they will advance most likely. And then Concacaf FC, McAfee's team is also 2-0 right now, as well as they play Wrexham at that 5:30 slot.
What do you make of Pat McAfee getting out there kicking it around?
Yeah, last year he had an assist.
One of the players said he's a punter, not a kicker.
Well, he put the ball, I think, maybe a couple of yards, feet, etc., over the goal when he had an opening in previous play. But there's a good look at him there.
So they're going on live right over our shoulders.
They're
Love
in
it.
that bottom right corner of this pitch, and just what a fantastic guy. I was a Colts fan for a number of years, and he's a little abrasive at times, but what he does to promote sports, promote women's sports, just really to support the underdog player at times is terrific. Just a great personality.
That's fun. Adds some more excitement to this festival of soccer down here in Cary, North Carolina. We are in target score time. We're the end of 2 halves, so the first team to 4 is going to be our winner here today. And players will be removed every 3 minutes until those 4 goals are achieved. So really an exciting way with the golden goal coming from either team. And this year, for the first time, the Golden Fleece is awarded, presented by Adidas, to the goal scorer. That ends it. And they are then allowed entry here into TST for perpetuity, which is fun.
And this is one of those things where the players on Solo FC have to recognize that they can really stretch the field. There is no offside, so they want to really try and that target 9 player get as high as they can, even float around a little bit, causing some chaos.
So we were wondering who was going to be in goal for Solo FC. It's actually the 3rd keeper on this roster, Valentina Morale out of Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons keeper.
And she is just a competitive, fierce stud in goal. Led Wake Forest to their first ever national championship appearance. So if I sound a little biased, it's because I'm a former Demon Deacon and excited to see her on the pitch.
Well. Of course, that national championship right here at Wake Med Park against North Carolina, who won their 23rd national championship. But yeah, back here, probably with a little bit of motivation. You want to end it with a championship. And
it hurts. It still hurts, the 1-0 loss to Carolina.
So here's Speedy Turtles.
And that's
Shot
Rachel
rejected
Jones from Carolina, who was a tremendous competitor for the Tar Heels when she played. Now she's a competitor in the courtroom as a lawyer. Not sure I'd want to go against her in a case.
Veronica Perez onto the field now for Solo FC. Another former University of Washington Husky, played for the Seattle Sounders and the Mexican national team, number 17 in the burgundy kit, right there on the left side of your screen. Did not play with Hope Solo. She's a bit younger.
And she's one of the only players on this squad that actually has TST experience. Last year, she played for the Tampa Bay Sun that lost to the U.S. in the semifinals, but she's fit. She's playing down in Mexico in a wonky, kind of crazy indoor Queens league, so she's extremely familiar with this style of play.
You're going to have to rip Veronica Perez off of the soccer pitch to make. She's going to play it as long as she can. She's just one of those that loves the game.
She's retired twice in her career and then came back, and as we said, playing down in Mexico. So last year we thought she was just coming out of retirement for TST, but she's extended it.
In basketball, you just call that a gym rat. I don't know what the term is for somebody who just is just in love with the game.
And we're seeing those rotations. She's going to drop back and then get forward. Kegel's going to start up kind of up top, and then Collins is going to shift in. So tons of movement between Perez, Collins, and Kegel up top for this burgundy-colored Solo FC team.
Bauman, ball, the right back position, and they play it back again. There is an 8-second rule where you can't hold on to the ball.
And that kind of developed because Newtown just has a tendency. Their style of play is just to kind of kill the game, and they sort of just pass and move and then see if they can't kind of off-balance the defense and find an opening. But it can be a little boring at times and yet extremely effective as a style of play if you're trying to get a win.
So the foul committed by the Speedy Turtles. Substitutes coming on. Sene Vendegagne.
She's another terrific story. She actually has an interpreter here because she speaks Arabic. And one of the things that the coaching staff was talking about is Amy Griffin, we're going to stop here.
And there is your winner. The brace for Katie Collins. And she ends it as Solo FC gets the 4-0 victory over the Speedy Turtles. What a game for Katie Shea Collins.
I said it at the break. If Collins scores the game winner, she's going to get the Golden Fleece. And at 19, she still has 20-plus more years of free TST in her career.
She will say, thank you very much, Adidas. I will take my Golden Fleece. Now she's got a lifetime membership here at the soccer tournament. Good for her. I mean, again, she is just a little puppy out here with a bunch of dogs. 19 years old, but her bark pretty loud tonight. 2 goals of the 4 for Solo FC, and they get the first win of the tournament for Hope Solo squad.
And you love it for a player like her. She's going to get that ball, and we talk about the importance of taking players on 1v1. Kegel kind of puts it into her, and she's just going to go and looks up and pings that ball off of the far post with her left foot for the goal. And you can see she is ecstatic in the combination of Kegel to Collins.
Beautiful goal, and Alexis Nuno's down on the sideline for more.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Katie Collins, remember the name. You have been balling out, 19 years old, and you got the Golden Fleece. How does it feel?
It's actually surreal. I don't have words, but I'm just so grateful, and I couldn't have done it without my Solo FC team.
I was going to say, when you have a name like Solo FC on your crest, I mean, that carries some weight. What was the message from the legend herself before this game?
Yeah, well, it's people around the world, and we're all coming together, and it's the universal language of soccer. And so people are doubting us, but we're here, and we're going to win.
And I had to ask her, because you guys have Moroccans, you have Serbians, you have Americans, you have my fellow Jamaicans on there. How do you guys marry all the different styles?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's a universal language. I can't speak Arabic, but we figure it out. We do hand signals, and I mean, it's awesome.
And finally, you were enjoying yourself out there. I mean, some outrageous shots, even from distance, which is not easy for the smaller goal. What motivates you to do that?
Yeah, well, I actually lost my best friend last year, and so I remember that tomorrow's not promised, and so I just work as hard as I can every day, and I'm just grateful to be out here.
Well, Katie, it's your moment. Enjoy it. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, Alexis. And yeah, that's a lot of maturity from Katie Shea Collins, just 19 years old, saying the motivation is for her fallen friend as Hope Solo and Solo FC gets the win 4-0 in their debut here at TST in Cary, North Carolina. This was group stage Round 1, Group C. And this is where it stands as the first game is in the books.
Just an unbelievable game by Solo FC. They said they weren't sure what to expect, but they came with it. It was a team effort. They had everybody on the pitch. Vasquez opens it up, and then Cagle and Collins finish it off, and just a tremendous first game for them to build on.
These are our group standings brought to you by RBC Wealth Management. Great support here for the women's side as $1 million on the line to the winner. One game in the books for Solo FC. They're in group stage. The two that emerge out of the four here, Solo FC, Albion SC, Streetball FC Canada, and the Speedy Turtles. Two will advance to the quarterfinals. And then the semifinals, and then the final. It's 4 days of some outstanding soccer here in Cary, North Carolina.
And another important thing to note on that was that it was a 4-goal game, because after head-to-head, it does go into goal differential and most goals scored. So it's important for these teams not just to win, but win by large margins.
Oh, what a fun debut for Solo FC. 3 different players score goals, but 2 of them from that young lady right there, Katie Collins. I want to have you continue right here watching TST on ESPN.